Hey folks, it's Tommy Z, and in this video, I'm gonna share with you the 3 things you need to do as a freelance musician, songwriter, composer in order to future-proof your music career at a time when it seems like we're about to go extinct. All right, folks, the number 1 principle, if you're in the business of creating files and not creating magic, then don't be surprised if you're gonna get replaced. All of these algorithms have to learn from us. So they're essentially watching how we're pushing buttons, how we're turning knobs, and essentially it's just encoding it. Strive as much as possible to be in the business of creating magic. What is magic? It's something that's not easily decoded. It's something that drops our jaw. It's not just about technical proficiency. Yes, that is a part of the game, but that is very likely the part of the game that is about to be replaced by the algorithm. I see a bright future for remarkable craftspeople and musical magicians, a future in which the robots and the algorithms allow us to focus on creating the magic, removing some of the technical aspects that may be tedious to some of us. If you're anything like me, you want to get to the magical moments. Do you think Neil Young was technically proficient at singing? Bob Dylan, Bob Marley? You see, those folks delivered a certain signature, a certain special sauce that was unique to them. They were in the business of showing up and letting their unique presence shine through. The technical proficiency part was covered by people on their team. They took care of the mixing and the mastering, okay? But they could not do what Bob Marley, what Bob Dylan, what Neil Young could do, which is bring the special sauce. So if you get lost trying to perfect your technical proficiency only, and you forget about who you are as a human being and what you want to say through your music, then it's very likely you're gonna get replaced by robots. Another conviction that I have, folks, is that even in the world of advertising, marketing, and branding, it's full of trying to bring the budget down to come up with a creative campaign for as cheap as possible so they don't have to pay us creators, but they can go on making their billions. I am convinced that at some point, even if the robots take over 99% of the process, there's gonna come a time when the brand realizes that even though the campaigns are technically stunning, there's gonna be a point in time when we are thirsty for a Picasso. The technical proficiency of artists got to such a high level that they were basically able to paint photographs. So realistic, you almost can't tell the difference. And what we needed is a return to the roots, return to the basic. That's when Cubism came about. Picasso showed up and said, you know what? We are bored of the technically stunning. I want to paint geometrical shapes that represent reality. Now, say what you want about Cubism, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to convey an idea to you, which is that at a time when robots are doing everything, AI is doing everything, and brands are saying, I don't need you creative craftspeople anymore, I am convinced there's going to be a moment when brands are looking at their spreadsheets and going, we're producing all this stunning stuff. Why isn't it resonating deeply with people? Being a remarkable craftsperson is more than just having a bunch of skills. It's more than just having a bunch of technical proficiencies that we can encode in an algorithm. And I believe if brands actually want to be special and they actually want to resonate with whatever is left of humanity in the future, they're going to realize this. That perfectly quantized shit is kind of boring, isn't it? We want to add a bit of noise to that oscillator, don't we? The second thing I want to share with you so that you can future-proof your career as a musician is don't just chase projects, build your own world. When I was getting into the business, there was no technology for building your own website easily. You had to pay thousands of dollars to someone to build your website. It wasn't so easy to build, publish, and distribute an album or a single or an EP. Today, you have the ability to state your credo, to write your manifesto, to tell your story in a way that's going to resonate with others, and to do it fast and to do it easily through the tools that are available to you. Don't just be showing up at people's doorsteps saying, what can I do for you? In a world where everybody watches people like me online, or Alex Hormozy, or Gary Vaynerchuk, or Venus Theory, we inevitably become like our heroes. But what I want deeply for you is to create the things that you are uniquely called to do. I want you to build your own world around your fascinations, your curiosities, because that is way more powerful for you and for your potential clients. Because now you're not pushing. Now you're getting up in the morning and being pulled toward the things that fascinate you. It's a natural movement. And now that person sees you as a creative partner, as a creative collaborator, instead of just a supplier who's going. And then the third principle that I want you to focus on if you don't want to become extinct, do long-term things with long-term people. Even though AI will take over a lot of things, there will be sensible people with good taste at the top directing the creative process. And you want to find yourself in the room with those people. The antidote to actually reaching out to people and showcasing your work, and this is what we teach our Academy student, is a mindset switch. Start focusing on making a deep connection with people, not selling, trying to get a project. Instead, developing deep connections with people. Not projects, but people. Now, if you have nothing special to share, if you're only creating files, you're not creating magic, then no wonder that you're a bit hesitant to reach out. Maybe this is something that you should focus on. Before you reach out to anyone, start building a body of work around your fascination. But once you do that, a significant part of your time every single day should be spent reaching out to other folks on higher frequencies. And if you actually outreach to folks on a higher frequency, you are more likely to future-proof your career, because I believe no matter how advanced AI or robots get, at the top of the food chain, there will always be discerning folks with great taste who are directing the creative process. Now, I hope all of what I said makes sense to you folks. To recap very quickly, if you want to future-proof your career as a creative craftsperson, number one, don't be in the business of creating files. Be in the business of creating magic. Number two, build your own world. And number three, the reason why you're hesitating to showcase your work is perhaps because you have not built a body of work around your fascination. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, I think you should watch this one next.